Hey guys, Nick Miller today from Mark Supply Company. So today I have for you a 1979 John Deere 310A. So this is an A model. The A models had a 4-cylinder motor in them, where the early 310s had a 3-cylinder. So this is, I'm going to be very upfront. I'll probably get some nasty, responses to my YouTube video on this. This is a $5,350 backhoe, $5,350 backhoe. It is what it is. It starts, it runs, it goes that way, it goes that way. It stops. The brake pedal does stick. You have to pull it back with your foot. There's no oil pouring out of it, but it probably will have some cylinders leaking eventually. 3 years ago, we traded this in from a local township. We sold it to a lady on top of that mountain right up there behind us, and they used it for approximately 2.5 years. The last half a year or so, it's set on our property. We went up, threw a jump pack on it, fired actually right up, hauled it back home. I just put 2 new $350 worth of batteries in it. We did put 6 new hydraulic hoses on the backhoe. Everything works. Listen, it is an old, cheap backhoe. Don't call me next week if it broke in half. Don't call me next week if it blows up. I don't hear about it. It's a cheap old backhoe. And I'm not saying that to be rude, but there again, this is what it is. And I just can't be any more clear that way. And I'm not trying to be ignorant or arrogant that way. I'm just stating what it is. So I'm not standing here saying, boy, she's 100%. It's what it is, an old backhoe. Now that that's out of the road, let's walk around. John Deere 4-cylinder diesel engine does start and run and work good. There is no abnormal smoke, noise, blow by, anything of that nature. The oil is absolutely good and clean. They put a new radiator in it last summer. Again, there's no major oil leaks anywhere on any of the cylinders. Now, this front loader bucket is going to be like your first girlfriend. It is going to be a little loose. You can see that. The pins have some access wear, and that goes with it, just the way it's going to be. Also, there is a hole here in the back of the bucket, right here. I can literally stick my foot in it, which we'll show you. We'll pick it up, show it to you. They did put a new cutting edge in the front of the bucket when they first purchased it. Does have the front counterweight on it. That was an option on those. Tires, fronts are probably 25%. Rears, right side's 80%. Left side's 25%. Again, I just put 5 new hoses here, 1 new one on the other side. And again, none of the cylinders are pouring any oil out of them. As mentioned in the ad, there is 1 tooth missing on the bucket. No, I'm not replacing it. It's a 2300 series tooth. They're as common as the day is long. It is a 24-inch bucket. The boom is not all welded. That pin up there has some wear on it, and it's going to for a 1979 backhoe. None of the lights work. The seat's tore. It does show 6,004 hours. Brake pedal. When you depress the brake, it sticks. You have to take your foot, go like that. Steering wheel. Everything turns good. Doesn't leak. Steering wheel does do that, and then it falls right back in place. There again, this is me being honest. If you needed a cheap old farm backhoe, here is something to take a look at, and that's what it is. 2 brand new Napa batteries. I just put them in yesterday, Monday. Joystick controls have play in them. There again, it's an old backhoe. The gauges actually even surprisingly work. Park and the transmission works. We're going to go ahead, fire it up. I'm going to run it through its gears, show you everything does work. We'll run the backhoe. That way you can see that everything does work. high range. First gear. And there's first gear reverse. Clutch pack actually is good in it. That's one thing on these old backhoes you had to watch for. Clutch packs would go out of them. And it was guys that were running them in high range doing work that they shouldn't be doing. And there it shuttles in high range. That is 6th gear. Now we're going to go to 7th gear, high range. I'll show you that it does kick in here. That is, you should be going down the road with that. Switch it into that range. It does have all its gears. Power steering works. Yes, the brakes do work. As I said, the brakes stick. The old thing's got good power. But it's just what it is. It's an old backhoe. And does pick itself up without any issues. The outriggers stay up on their own. They don't seem to leak down. The old motor is extremely good and strong. And as you can see there, the bottom of the bucket. The floor itself is good other than in that corner. You can see that. And I am running there in high range. Now, you can see that the brakes do work. And I'm going to back up here. Throw the hand throttle up. You can see there that the brakes are working. It's just they stick. Park works in the transmission. The fuel shutoff even works. Fellas, it is what it is. It's an old backhoe. Before all the keyboard warriors say, oh, he's trashing the transmission by shuttling back and forth. Well, fellas, a little news flash for you. That is a shuttle transmission. Forward reverse, has a clutch pack. It was made to do that. They've been doing it since 1979 on this one, and it's still moving. So you keyboard warriors, stay in your parents' basement, keep doing your thing. You guys are real productive people to the society. So anyhow, now that I'm over with that, this is an old cheap backhoe. Please understand that. And I'm not trying to be smart, not trying to be ignorant, not trying to be anything. It's just when you put something out there cheap like this, there's a million questions. Well, are you going to stand behind it? Or, hey, what's this like on it? That's why we took the time to show this video. I can't be any more honest than I'm being. You don't buy much of a backhoe for $5,350 today. If you have any questions, 814-658-3066. You're more than welcome to come by, run it yourself in person. I have nothing to hide. This is a little out of the realm of the stuff that we normally sell these days. We like late model, low hour stuff, but there still is a market for some of this kind of stuff for certain people. But this is something that, truthfully, you have to be a bit of a mechanic to own something like this, because you are going to change some hoses. You are going to work on some odds and ends things. Do I feel you could go dig with it today? Yes, 100%. But please understand those brake pedals do stick. They do not return on their own. You just have to pull them back up. We did lubricate them. They probably will free up. I'm just telling everybody the truth. So if you have any questions, 814-658-3066. As always, thanks for checking out Mark's Supply Company. Have a great day.